Hello, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel Adventures with Megan. Today we're doing a packing video. So I am leaving in 3 days to go on a 4-month trip. This is the longest trip I've ever been on. I'm very excited about it and this is going to be a packing video going through everything I'm packing. I think I need to move my microphone, it is wobbling. So first of all, I'm going to go through the bags that I'm taking with me. Then I'm going to go through what I'm packing. So I'm going to Sri Lanka and Australia. I have, ooh, there's a dandelion. I have 3 weeks in Sri Lanka where I'm meeting my friend April, who I first met in Asia in 2017. And then I have 3 months in Australia. So if you've seen my channel before, you know I love Australia. So this is what we're doing. So I'm traveling with like hand luggage sized things, but I'm checking my wheelie bag because it's included with Emirates and also it's got loads of sun cream in it. Because if you buy sun cream in Asia, it's got like whitening stuff in it. And
I don't need any help with being any whiter. So
the bags that I've got are, starting off with my day bag. So this is the Osprey Daylight Plus and I have it in black and I have a feathered McGraw on the front of it. So the reason I really like this is because I think it's about 20 litres. It's got an air escape on it, on the back of it, so it's breathable and it's got really good sized pockets for my water bottle as well. So this is going inside my hand luggage because I like having a day bag that's separate to my hand luggage so that I'm not having to move everything out of my hand luggage all the time. So I have this as my hand luggage. So this is the Osprey Fairview 40. So this is the women's fit and it is quite old now. It's like the older model of it. But what I really like about this is it's a backpack and it opens out like a suitcase. You can strap the backpack straps away. We love those sort of vibes. And it's also got zips that you can like bring together and padlock. So that is excellent. And then as you might have seen on the bag as well, I've also carabined some carabiners on the, I think they're called daisy chains. This is the main suitcase that I'm taking. So it's the Eastpak Trans 4 Small. I think it's 55 by 36 by 23. So it's hand luggage size, but as I said, I'm checking it because I've got checked baggage included. So it's got 4 wheels, which is why it's called the Trans 4. It is a clamshell style suitcase. And if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I like a clamshell. So this is why I've got a clamshell style suitcase. I'm going to go through everything I've packed and that's the story. Oh, I've also got a crossbody bag. So I don't have a fanny pack this time. I'm hip and with it now. I have a crossbody bag. I have the Uniqlo one with a scrunchie on it that most people seem to have. I got it for a £5 off Vinted and it's got a load of space in it. So this is what I have. Okay, I've zoomed out a bit now. So what you can probably see is just mess everywhere. But we move. So I'm going to start off with clothes, but I'm going to start off with what is going beneath the clothes first. Generally, with my packing, I put clothes in this side and then non-clothes in this side. It's got a little zippy pocket on the front that I put a dry bag in. So it's really useful if you're going on like beach trips. Starting off on this side, I'm gonna put in my sarong. Where is it? My sarong. So this is just good for a beach cover up. If you don't want to take a towel to the beach, it's good. If you're in a hostel that has no curtain, you can just put a washing line up and hang this up for a curtain. So this is from Bartley, I think, like years ago. So this just goes flat down in my bag. Next, I have my Finding Nemo shower bag. So this was from a Asian shop in Vancouver and I use this for taking it to the shower. So if there's only one hook in the shower or no hooks in the shower, put all your stuff in here and then your pants don't get wet whilst you're having a shower. And that goes in flat as well. So clothes wise, I have this packing cube of tops and bottoms. And I have this packing cube of underwear and like bikinis and stuff. So this packing cube is a clean dirty and this is a compression one. In the clean dirty one, my back hurts when I sit on the floor now because I'm in my mid-30s. So I'm just gonna kneel for a bit. In my tops packing cube, I have, so I'm going, obviously Sri Lanka's hot, but in Australia, I'm going to be flying up to Darwin, which is hot, and then going to the East Coast, then the West Coast, then Adelaide, then the East Coast again. And it is currently August in, well, I was going to say in the UK. In the world it's August, but it's like springtime for them in Australia because they're the opposite of us. I imagine it's going to be very hot in Darwin, but also I'm doing some camping tours, so I've got some warm layers for the nighttime. So starting off, I have a blue stripy Sweaty Betty top, which I have taken on many adventures. This top I think is new from Vinted. It's like a little blue and white, slightly cropped top, but my shorts come up quite high. I then have a high-necked blouse thing from Shein. I have this like crop top that I thought would be good for like evenings out, and this is from originally New Look apparently, but I got it off Vinted. I have another little vest top. So this is from Miss Selfridge originally, but I think I got it either Vinted or a charity shop. As you can see, I don't buy much of my stuff new. A buff, because that has nowhere else to go. I have like one like airy running top. I don't want to have like too much of my skin on show in Sri Lanka because I want to like obviously be culturally sensitive, but I have one like cropped running top that I'll probably wear in Australia. I have this cooling towel, so I took this with me to the Philippines and I also used it on my Ultra, and you like put it in cold water, wrap it around your neck, and it keeps you cooler for longer. It worked on the Ultra. I have a little perfume cube, so it's like a little perfume block just to keep my stuff smelling nice. I have my pyjama top, which needs to go in this one, but I have my pyjama top, so this one is one I've taken quite like a few times. It's from M&S. I have a rash vest because anytime I go in the sea I wear a rash vest because otherwise I just burn to a crisp. I've then got a sweat wicking sports Patagonia top that I got off Vinted. I thought that would be good for any outdoorsy things, so I'm not too hot. Oh, most of my stuff is blue, by the way, because as you can see I go for blue themes because then everything matches. And another blue strappy top that I don't have to wear a bra with. I have my club vest because in Australia I'll be doing park runs. I have a base layer, so I mentioned a base layer. This was from like a really cheap shop in Newcastle, but just in case I get cold on a night when I'm camping. I have a linen shirt that is outrageously creased, but I thought this would be good for in the evening when it's a bit cooler, and this was from a charity shop. And then finally this top is like it's a extra large Walkington 10k t-shirt, so I run for Beverley AC, as you saw by the vest. And the Walkington 10k is sponsored by Viking Pest Control. The person who owns it is one of our runners. So yeah, I'm taking that as like a bikini cover up and as a second nightie. Bottoms wise, I then have a light pair of shorts. So I took these with me to the Philippines and they were excellent, really comfy. They're from Mountain Warehouse, but like years and years ago. I've got these Sweaty Betty shorts. Everything feels like slightly damp in here. I think that it's just cold. These are Sweaty Betty shorts. They are the Explorer shorts, I think. I got them off Vinted. I then have two pairs of Sweaty Betty running shorts. So I have the Power Shorts 6-inch in black and the Power Shorts 6-inch in navy blue, and they've got like a zip on the back and a pocket on the side, so that's really good for running with. I have new pyjama bottoms. These are from Primark actually, when I was in Newcastle with Rhiannon. These are just really jazzy. I like having long pyjama bottoms, so I'm less likely to flash people like in a hostel. I have a pair of Sweaty Betty leggings. So these are power leggings, and these are the ones that I fell over in Tasmania in, and they had a hole in the knee, so I thought, well, I may as well take like slightly broken ones. These are if it's again cold when we're camping. And then I have a pair of loose fitting trousers that my mum took the bottom off because they were elasticated and they kept getting stuck on my ankles. So I've got those. And then travelling outfit wise, I have a big Gymshark t-shirt, and then I have some Sweaty Betty Explorer trousers, but that are wide leg, and they look like quite smart as well, so I thought they'd be good for like evenings out. And obviously a pair of pants and a bra and some socks somewhere. Compression socks because my legs swell up all the time anyway. So I was going to wear those on the plane, and then I've got a change of clothes for when I get to Dubai because I'm flying Manchester to Dubai. I've got like a 6-hour layover in Dubai, so I'm hoping to get a shower because I then go Dubai to Colombo in Sri Lanka and then meet April there. So those are the tops and bottoms. And then underwear wise, I have I think 12 pairs of knickers, like what do Americans call them, briefs? Like the underwear, like your bottom layer on your bottom half. And I have 3 pairs of merino socks. So these are like sweat wicking and you can rewear them. And 1 pair of compression socks to go on over the top when I'm running because my feet swell. And then I have 2 bikinis. So I have this one that's like a really nice blue and white one from Shein, because it's just demoralising trying bikinis on in changing rooms, so I got one off Shein. And then I also got one off Amazon. So I got a Adidas bikini for more sporty things. It's a little bit too small, but the next size up was like 20 quid more. So, and I have gained weight recently because I've been enjoying summer. So I imagine when I go away, I'll lose a little bit of weight anyway. I previously had like a Speedo bikini, but that died a death. So I've got a new sporty bikini. And then I've just got 4 sports bras altogether, and they're just like the Sweaty Betty ones. And then I also have an Adidas one because it's got little pockets in here that you can put snacks in when you're on a run. In here I'm sticking my big packing cube here at the top, little one in here, and then underneath, which I think is really rogue for the bag size that I'm taking, I'm actually taking a guidebook of Australia. So one of my students very kindly bought this for me. So that's going in here. And then on top of here, I am putting toiletries. So I will go through my toiletries. I have them in a waterproof dry bag in case they leak. So I've got this toiletry bag from Norway. So I have, right, this is a really rogue way to start, but I have nail polish remover pads because I've bought some nail polish because I don't have gels on anything, so I thought that'd be nice. I have a little pot of Vaseline. I have a stick deodorant, so this is not a liquid. Not that that's an issue because I'm checking a bag anyway, but they seem to last longer. I have a Tangle Teaser, just my flamingo one that I always take. I have in here Forceval tablets, which are like high strength multivitamin. I'm not entirely sure how many I have. I think I have about 3 months worth, but I've just shoehorned in as many as possible. I have a little pouch here that has like more beauty things in. So I have like a nail kit, lip balm, spare razor heads, and I have them in this like little joey thing so they don't like scratch me. I've got, very extra, I've got a pillow spray, eyebrow brush thing. I'm getting my eyebrows done on Thursday, so they will come back to life. Last swab instead of a cotton swab, and some cuticle oil, because even though I don't have nails on, I'm keeping my nail beds nice and hydrated. I've got a spare Glossier face bar soap thing, hair bobbles and hair grips. I have 2 little tubs of floss sticks. I tried to use like the floss that takes up less space, but I can't go on with it. An exfoliating glove because I exfoliate before I shave. So I've got my razor with the joey like cap on it. I have powdered sunshine. So this is like you put it in your scalp so your head doesn't burn. I've got Reset shampoo because I have in this little Matador pouch, and I don't know how it works, but you put a wet shampoo bar in here and it comes out dry, and I don't know how it works, but I've got a shampoo bar from the Yorkshire Soap Company that does really nice shampoo bars, and then half a Glossier bar, but sometimes the shampoo bar does not cut it when your hair is really dirty. So I've got some what I call Reset shampoo, my blue inhaler, a Tide pen that apparently gets stains out of things, my red inhaler. I've recently been changed onto Symbicort. Feel like I'm breathing alpine air. It's absolutely stunning. A nail file, a comb, toothpaste tablets. So if you're traveling for long periods of time, or if you're traveling hand luggage only, toothpaste tablets are amazing. They last so much longer than normal toothpaste. I actually use sun cream on my face now, like Factor 50 every day. I have these little Factor 50s that my nursey friend got me when she ordered something. So I have those with me. A nasal spray in case I get like a cold or anything to unbung my nose. I have a Factor 30 like face stick thing. It's Sunbum, and it's just like it doesn't like get all sticky and whatnot. I have, well, I've labelled it dry shampoo, but it's wet. But it's for when I'm camping and don't have access to a shower. I have Sunbum leave-in conditioner, and I also have Glossier face moisturiser. So this is like a lot more like beauty things than I'd normally take, but I've reached the realisation that now I'm 34 and the collagen has left my face, or is in the process of leaving my face. I need to give it a bit of a hand. So this is why I have all these like extra bits and bobs that I used to see other people pack, and it's just like, what are you doing packing all these things? But I understand now it's because you need to actually moisturise your face. So as I say, I put this in a dry bag so that if any liquids leak, it won't go over everything. And that goes in this space here. This is a bikini bag, so you put like wet swimwear in here, which I think is really useful when you're on like day trips seeing waterfalls and things like that, so the rest of your bag doesn't get wet. On the other side, I first of all have this, which is my shoes. So I'm wearing my trainers, my Merrell Morphlight like hybrid ones on the plane, but in this Bag Smart compression cube, which was previously gifted. I have a pair of Teva Hurricanes and a pair of just like Havaiana flip-flops, and I have them held together with bands that I got from Smart Wool when you buy socks, and I've just got them in this compression bag just to keep them compressed, unsurprisingly. So I'm going to stick those in there. I then have another, how I have so many toiletries I don't know, but this is sun cream, moisturiser, after sun and bite spray, like bug spray. So I'm going to stick that in there. Again, it's in a dry bag. Towels wise, I have the Sea to Summit Dry Light towel that I got in Australia. It is bright orange, so I can tell if anyone's nabbed it. I then also have a Decathlon towel. So that's my beach towel. This will be like my bath towel in the hostel, and it's like slightly ribbed, so it actually does dry you as well, and it dries itself quickly, which is good. And then I've got a microfiber hair towel because I've got curly hair. So this one I've been using for years and years, like since I first started traveling, and it's doing absolutely fine. Next I have a pair of goggles. So these are replacement goggles because I managed to lose mine in the Philippines. I left them on a random island in the Philippines. So I have replacement ones. They are massive because I don't know if you can see, but I get like bad eczema on my eyelid. And unsurprisingly, salt water does not help that. So that's why I have massive goggles. I also have a sleeping bag liner. Just, I'm concerned I'm going to get cold when I'm camping, basically, because I'm a cold person anyway, and I don't like to be cold when I'm trying to sleep. And then because I'm going to be going into the outback, so I'm going in the national parks around Darwin, and then also I'm going to like Uluru, I have this hat that like springs open, and it's a fly net. Oh, excellent on the microphone, it's a fly net, so that's going to look excellent. But I thought, I can't be doing with flies in my face. I got that from Decathlon. It was only like a £5, but I thought that would be really good when I'm like out and about in the outback, because I've seen that flies are aplenty there. I have a spare eye mask, so I have the My Halos eye mask because it blacks out like all the light. I'm paranoid about losing mine because it's really good. I then have like this random pouch of stuff. So I'm not going to go through this because it's the same stuff that I have in my random pouch all the time. But it's like scissors, sticky tape for my travel journal, a little stubby to keep my like beers cold, scrunchie, I've got electrolytes in here, I've got like a hydration flask, just loads of random stuff that can't fit in anywhere else basically. A fold up tote bag, which is really useful for shopping. I have a cap because obviously I'm going to hot places, so I need a cap. A little pouch of tampons. I actually don't have periods anymore because I'm on the progesterone only pill, and so I don't ovulate, but I've got emergency tampons just in case. I have in here a collapsible Tupperware, which is excellent, and then I've got a little bag of food bags, so this is excellent for when you're making like food in hostels, because obviously then you're saving money. I imagine in Sri Lanka we'll be eating out mostly, but in Australia I'll definitely be cooking for myself quite a lot. Along the theme of food, I have tea. So I know I'm going to Sri Lanka and it's like really good for tea, but I have Yorkshire tea and bedtime brew that's also Yorkshire tea. I have this little pouch that has washing stuff in, so I've got soap leaves, I've got an extendable washing line, like a pegless one where you put like the washing into the twists, little plug for the sink. And then I have this flannel thing that's meant to be a colour catcher that's reusable. I've not used it before, but I thought it would be better than taking like multiple colour catchers with me. And apparently that's meant to last for 30 washes, so that's good. I then have this, which is Percy Pig, and it's got a collapsible mug in it. And I also have a coffee straw. It's the Jogo coffee straw that I took with me to the Philippines in my hand luggage. And then I've just got like a big old pack of ground coffee because, I don't know if you've seen my videos before, but I need proper coffee. And then I just have a spare compression packing cube for when I'm going on my camping trips, so I can just like put all my camping stuff, like clothes, in there because I'll be leaving my main bag in the hostels and stuff. In here I have an air tag so that I know where my things are, and I usually write on the inside like my flight details and stuff if my bag is lost. Oh, this is going to close absolutely fine. This is why you need a clamshell bag, because did you see how much I stuffed it? Also, I would highly recommend soft-sided ones because they seem to break less than the hard-sided ones. So that is my hold luggage. So hand luggage, so I've got my Osprey Fairview 40, which is the women's fit one. As I said, it opens out like a suitcase, which is so much easier for packing. So I'm going to put my Daylight Plus day bag in the bottom of this. So it's got compression straps in the bottom. I'm gonna pop in this because I really like having a separate day bag, like really like it. I'm happy for that to take up space. I then have in this compression cube, again one of the Bag Smart compression cubes, I have a waterproof coat and apparently a waterproof cover for my backpack as well. There we go. And then like a warmer jacket as well. So it's one of those where the warmer jacket like zips into the waterproof. I realise I'm going to hot countries, but I'm also camping, and I get really cold when I'm camping. I realise I'm camping like in the desert, but the desert gets cold at night. So this is why I'm taking this, and I thought that I'd take it in my hand luggage, one because it won't fit in there, and two because then if I get cold on the plane I can use it there. So that's going in the bottom of there. Another thing that I always take with me is this. So this is my like blanket pillow thing that I got from Decathlon in Australia. So it opens up like a blanket, which is again super useful if you're in somewhere cold, obviously. And it's like a little bit waterproofy on one side as well. And then you fold it up. I'm folding this up really badly, but you fold it up and then it folds like into itself. So it's like a pillow. So because I really like having a flat pillow, and quite often like the pillows are too poofy, which I realise is a very first world problem. When you get into your 30s, you just need a good night's sleep, you know. So like this does take up some room, but for me, it is worth it. And then my electronic. I have this for my electronics bag. So it's actually a toiletry bag. So it kind of like folds out like this. So in here I've got like sockets, adapters, chargers. I'll have my microphone when it's not on me. I've got a spare Apple Pencil. I've got AAA batteries. What else do I have in here? Oh, a head torch, which would be useful on a camping trip. And then in here I have external hard drives and like the adapter for the MacBook as well. Oh, and I put that in a dry bag, which I won't do yet because I need to like put my microphone in there. So this is going in here. You see I'm getting slightly concerned about how much space all of this is taking up. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. I've then got a packing cube of clothes to change into in Dubai. That's like a pair of trousers, a t-shirt, fresh pair of pants, stuff like that. Then have, what shall I do next? My snacks. So normally I'm more of a sweet person, but I was really craving chocolate and I can't have dairy. And finding dairy-free chocolate abroad is a bit of a nightmare. So I've got lots of chocolate there. Seeing glasses, because I'm going to be driving when I'm out there and I need to be able to see. And I have sunglasses, obviously. It's hopefully going to be sunny. So I have that there. Oh, my first aid kit. I will link a video down below of what's in my first aid kit because I've done a whole video on that. This is just my like essential stuff like photocopy my passport, vaccination stuff. I've got some Australian money in here as well from when I went to Australia last. So I'll just pop that in there. Okay, it's not looking too big. It's not looking too big. It's just that electronics take up so much space, but it's tricky when you want to like edit videos, you know? And then in this top bit, it actually has a laptop sleeve in here. So the new model of the Fairview and Farpoint have the laptop sleeve against your back because it's better weight distribution, but actually it doesn't work as well bag space wise. But I have a big dry bag to put this in because I'm always paranoid about my electronics getting wet. And it's like for when I'm going on tours, I'll leave my MacBook and my iPad at the hostel. So I'll leave it in a dry bag to just make sure it doesn't get wet. I then have my Kindle because I'm in a book club. I'm in more than one book club actually, but it's for reading, obviously. I have over-the-ear noise cancelling headphones, which are like, I just feel like once you go for them, you can't go back. And then I have a little pouch here that is like what I like to take on long haul flights. So it's got all of my pills in here, like the progesterone only pills, because I'd be an absolute nightmare if I lost them. Randomly my coffee straw, because I don't know where else to put that. I've got a couple of sachets of hydration sachets. I've got a stick deodorant, I've got some wet wipes, I've got my toothbrush, I've got my inhaler, and I've got some toothpaste tablets as well. So just for like freshening up on long haul flights. Basically. And it's just in a little pouch from Guatemala, I think this was from. So I'll pop that in there. In the top bit, got a towel in here to trap my bag. And I've got my nighttime pouch. Again, I've made a separate video on this, but it's got like my eye mask in. Well, it will have once I've finished using it. My earplugs, my little like earring pouch, earphones for listening to my iPad. And then I've got an inflatable neck pillow for the plane. I then have some tacrolimus, which is like steroid sparing cream for my eye, because as I said, it gets really dry. My little friend that I'm taking with me this time is Percy Pig, so he's going to go in there. The water bottle I have is massive. It is 1 litre and it is a Life Straw Go one, so it's got a life straw in it. It's insulated, but it's, oh heck, it's so you can drink like tap water all around the world. It's quite thick. So it just about fits in there, but I'm gonna like put the strap through it so it doesn't fall out. This is like a lot more full than I thought it was gonna be, if I'm honest, but I feel like this happens to me every time. So that is my carry-on bag, which is definitely not as big as I've had this Osprey one before. And then the last thing I have is, we're nearly there, my crossbody bag. So this has just got, again, I've made a full video on this. This has just got things like my passport in, my purse, randomly a Rubik's Cube, my AirFly things to attach my over-ear headphones to the aeroplane stuff, a little bag with like anti-sickness in, random tampon, plectrums, because why not, vomit bags are in there, Mentos, nail file, little snacky snack. So yeah, oh, and I have some hand sanitizer. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put that because I don't want it leaking anywhere. So I might just put it inside a bag, inside here, after security obviously. So that is everything I'm packing. It was a long video. I feel like it felt like a long video when I was making it. Well done if you got to the end, thank you. So thank you for watching. The next videos will hopefully be coming from Sri Lanka and then Australia. So I will see you in the next one.